to talk a little bit about some of my booms. I think a lot of booms in general for myself are going to be wide receivers. My top 2 wide receivers, sticking with Old Faithful, Megatron. I don't think that guy's ever going to go down. He's going to always be in the top 2 rounds for me, no matter what.
Except in history.
The guy's huge, man. The guy's huge.
Can't beat him.
Unstoppable. He's wicked.
And one guy that I think is going to have an even better season than last season and the season before and the season before, Julio Jones. Julio Jones is getting better and younger, or he's staying in his prime. He's in his prime right now. And then Roddy White is actually getting older, and he's probably getting less of the duties. So that's going to have a lot to do with it. You don't like those duties?
Okay. Maybe I am not meant for these duties. Cooking duty. Dead guy duty. Maybe it's time for me to get a better duty.
I think I need to find
Toilet
some
humor. Toilet humor for all of you.
Some of my busts, or not busts, but like guys that I think I'm down on as far as wide receivers go, Antonio Brown. And as a Steeler fan, it's hard to say that, but I just don't think I say down because he's not going to have as good of a season as last year.
Last year
So
he was
it's
ridiculous.
measurable. Okay, but
And he's not going to be a steal anymore.
top 3?
People are going to get him. I think he's going to be in the 3rd round. He's going to if he goes in the top, he's going to go in the top 2 rounds. Easy.
Final finishing receiver, top 3?
I think he's going to go in the top 3, if not top 5, as far as receivers.
Okay.
And I don't think he's going to be worthy of that. I think he'd be a good pickup at 3rd or 4th round, but I wouldn't waste a 1st or 2nd round pick on that guy. Another one, and I might get a lot of a disagreement here, Odell Beckham Jr. I think everyone's so high on him from last year that they're going to go after him in the first 2 rounds. I think he might even go before Megatron in a lot of leagues. But I just think it's his, sophomore season.
Sophomore slump, yeah.
Sophomore slump. Teams might be trying to defend him a little bit differently this year because of all the hype that he's gotten. He's now the star receiver. It's no longer Victor Cruz. He's going to be the guy that people are going to look at, and they're going to double him up.
Right.
But if you remember, he was freakish.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was
Freakish.
great. I mean, I saw all the sports science and, everything he was doing, but
I get what you're saying. I
Yeah.
hear you. It's expectations.
running backs, the guys I'm high on right now, I'm big on Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, I think, is going to have a great bounce back year. I think he's going to have.
We've all forgotten about that guy.
I think he's going to have an awesome bounce back year. My other running back, Le'Veon Bell, even though he's going to miss the first few games because of his marijuana situation from the season before, I still think he's going to have a standout year. He's going to have a great year on that team.
Dude needs to move to Denver.
I agree with you on that. If it wasn't for that suspension, I think he would be number 1 overall in a lot of leagues. So I definitely agree with you on that one, Josh.
The 2 running backs I'm down on, and actually one's replacing the other. I'm down on Shady McCoy. I don't think Shady McCoy is going to have a very good season. He's also going to be sharing a backfield with Fred Jackson, and Fred Jackson catches a lot of passes, so he makes a lot of 3rd down plays.
He'll be goal line, too.
We'll see how Shady McCoy does under this new offense. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but I just don't think he's going to be what people are expecting him to be. And then the guy that replaced him, DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is not going to have the same offensive line that he had in Dallas. He's going to have a whole lot harder time finding gaps because the gaps aren't going to be as big. And the possibilities of him getting hurt without that offensive line, he's already injury prone. So I don't foresee him finishing out the season.
Not to mention, he's getting about 40% of the snaps, probably.
Yeah.
I'd say, if that.
Yeah, absolutely. Tight ends.
Jimmy Graham. You can't say no to Jimmy Graham.
You know what? I'm actually going to say no to Jimmy Graham.
Wow.
Jimmy Graham and Julius Thomas, who were in my top 3 last year, they're both in my bottom. They're both my down guys.
Those are both of my busts.
He's definitely.
Those are both my busts.
That's what it is. Julius Thomas, he went to the Jaguars. I mean, do I need to say anything else?
No.
Is this thing on? I don't need to say anything else. Okay. Jeremy Graham. My problem with Jeremy Graham is kind of the opposite of what you were saying with the Seahawks. He will make the Seahawks better, but the Seahawks will make him worse, because even though Russell Wilson is an awesome quarterback, he's no Drew Brees. Drew Brees can get that ball anywhere for Jimmy Graham. I think Jimmy Graham's going to suffer from the changing quarterback scenery this year.
Well, I'm just not going to mention my tight end bust because you literally, I think, looked at my phone when